Hello, all. Welcome back to Melanin Madam. Tonight we have a co-host, and we are introducing a twin. So, of course, Aquarius minds think alike. We do amazing things, and so why not bless you all with them? Don't worry, you can send us money. So I am Melanin Madam. You already know who I am. We are rolling out the red carpet to all of our guests. Welcome to our homes. Always remember, do not be disrespectful because the people that I have on, I love and I got a potty mouth. I'll cuss you out and make you want to cry to your mama. So don't do it. Okay. So let's have fun tonight. And then we'll have our co host introduce herself.
Hi, everyone. I'm Rashonda, aka Rose. Happy to be here tonight.
Awesome. Thank you, Hilda. Hey, girl. So tonight we are actually going to start with a toast, only because, like, I want to show my cup. I don't even know if y'all can see it. Can you see it?
I got another cup too.
There's actually nothing in here. You see? No sense at all. I just want to show the cup. So, what we're really going to toast with, though, is my alkaline water. So, for the toast, do you want to give the toast, Rose?
Yeah, I'll do the toast tonight. This is my cup. Look, everybody, it's really cute. Oh.
Scooted.
Okay, so I want to toast to new beginnings and just a blessed new year.
Amen. Because Q1 ended like, hello, year. Won't he do it? Because I'm telling y'all, gas bills and light bills was high. Y'all see the lights is on. Okay. I'm telling you. So I will drink my alkaline water. So tonight's topic.
I have my alkaline water too, a big one.
I do. I'm trying to get healthy. So all of our shows for Twin Queen Power, Treasure and Truth. The reason why we chose that is because Aquarius always tell the truth. Mostly January Aquarius, though. She is my only and favorite February Aquarius. I just want to throw it out there.
The same way too, because I feel like February Aquarius tell the truth. It's supposed to be that's the thing, because everybody tell me
they're mean. They tell the truth to hurt your feelings. Both of us, we just tell the truth because we're talking. Like we don't be like, I couldn't think of another answer.
Yeah, they just say I don't have a filter, but they know I'm doing it from a good place. I'm like, I just don't know how to say it another way. But sometimes you need to hear the truth.
But don't worry, at least we can accept it back. Yeah. So that's the good thing. If it's coming from a good place, we can accept it back. I'm okay with people that's raw as long as they okay with being talked to raw. So our Rose is a nurse. Told y'all, all my people is professionals. So we are going to start every show with a woman's topic to make sure that there are just some things women just don't know. And so to curve that learning curve, we are going to start with a topic. So Ro is going to share hers tonight, and I'm going to start eating.
Okay, well, my topic tonight will be, is it going to be the single? Is that my topic?
The health topic.
Oh, sorry, everybody. See, I'm on pain pills tonight.
Bless her heart.
Okay, we can start health topics. Let me see. Well, I'll just start with what I'm going through tonight. Your menstrual. That's a health topic. I think that there's different ways that you can deal with that every month. Right now, I had a really bad one, really bad one. But for the most part, it had got better because I started eating better. I can tell you things that you could do. Most people have apps on their phone, like a Pink Pad or whatever. So once you know that your period is coming at least a week before, start eating like green leafy foods, smoothies, salads, everything like that. And that actually does help your cramping if you have really bad cramps like me. Like mine are severe. So that does help a lot. You changing your eating habits and start like just exercising a little bit. That little do you know that really does help. But if you do still have bad cramps like me, I'm into like CBD things now. Like I'll do CBD ointment, CBD pens. It's all kind of CBD. You can have gummies and everything, and those actually help too. I used to take a lot of pain pills because of my cramps. but then I tried to get away from that. And actually the CBD, it helps a lot. They have teas, everything that you can think of. You just have to pick the milligram that you want. And it actually does help. I'm into telling everybody about CBD now. So that's the help tip I can get for today. It didn't really work for me today because I thought I was doing so good that I didn't have to take it, and it showed me wrong today.
She just made a little mistake. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and say it's crazy because we literally, when we had our business meeting to talk about the show, we ended up sharing some of those things because, right, Hilda? Because we've been suffering lately. Hey, Jasmine, we've been suffering lately because my cramps are bad, but they're back cramps. And so since I already have a back problem, they come to the front. But because I've had stomach surgery before, I can't take ibuprofen. Ibuprofen is very strong. And so Twin, okay, because she had the rhythm down, she skipped a step. She took it on an empty stomach after she'd been eating right and doing all this stuff. Y'all know, if you know, you know. If you take an ibuprofen on an empty stomach, immediately it takes over your body. You sweat, you shake, you want to throw up. And so it had that effect on her. So also be cognizant of that whatever your routine is, because our routine previously was to take the medicine as soon as we wake up, kind of let it to catch your body. But once you start eating well and working out, your body becomes so healthy that the kind of unhealthy things that you were doing before, it can hit you. So that's why we really wanted to talk about that today, because it's really important. Just saying. So now this topic. So we are going to talk from the perspective of us so that nobody gets their feelings hurt. Hey, fam. So that nobody gets their feelings hurt. So the topic for tonight is, Ro, you picked it. Tell us. Oh, no.
I'm back.
Okay.
I'm like, what is going on?
It's okay. You know what? I'm going to get you this monitor thing. I'll order that too when I order our other stuff. Okay. Because it helps the signal come in much stronger.
Okay. And this is supposed to be a good signal. This is Frontier. They didn't came to me and told me.
I don't know why they do it, child. I don't know why. But so what is our topic for tonight? Rose picked it.
Our topic for tonight is friendships while you're single or married. Like, what's the difference? Do you think that your relationship should change if you marry with your single friends, or if you're single, do you feel like your relationship changes once your friends get married?
Okay. So drop your feedback in the comments area. And first, I will ask a question and then you ask a question. So we'll go back and forth. So my question to you is, since we're talking about us only, do you feel like I changed after I got married to you as a friend?
No, you didn't. I don't think you changed at all.
Okay. Well, that was easy.
Look, I'm like, no, you didn't.
Okay, so then here's my next question. Do you have a friend that did change after they got married?
Actually, you know what?
Thank you, bestie.
No, I really don't have close friends that changed. I've had associates and people I've been around that have changed.
Okay.
So, and I've actually had a person, I don't even remember the lady name, tell me that I did this topic like 5 years ago on Facebook. I just put the question out. Everybody say I like to start messy stuff on Facebook.
No.
But I really was just asking a question. So I was saying, if you're married, should you have single friends? It was a for real question. And the lady told me that I have a single spirit. I have a single spirit.
I would just like to say, okay, first of all, don't come for my twin, because no, she doesn't. Second, first of all, it's wives that don't get it right. That's why you don't get it right. We learn it as we go. Don't come for my people. She has a holy Christian spirit, even though she behaves different sometimes. That's called a real Christian, okay?
Right.
Second, first of all, that's not true.
She told me, she was like, I have a single spirit. I don't need to hang around.
I remember that.
Married friends literally don't need to hang around me, because when they hang around people that's single, they want to do single things. And usually well, you know what? I ain't even gonna lie. I argue with people online. So I was like, what? I said, first of all, how are you gonna say just because I'm single that I have a single spirit? That's
Right.
first and foremost. I said, hi, Renita. Second of all, I can't make my married friends do anything. If they want to act single, that's on them. I'm not the friend that's going to tell somebody to cheat or do nothing. If they want to do that, that's on them. Now, I might tell them, no, don't do that. But I'm not going to tell you, oh, girl, you need to do this or you need to do that. And I told the lady 9 times out of 10, it's the married ones that be out there doing stuff, not the single one. So how you going to say I had a single spirit? I was very offended.
As you should be. Because here's the thing. What exactly is a single spirit? Because does that mean like you don't respect yourself? You some busted wide open whole like what does that mean?
We gonna make the married people cheat. We have the
You
single
can't
spirit.
make nobody do nothing.
Exactly.
Now it is some people. Let's just be honest about that. Okay. There are some people that are easily persuaded. There are some people that if they continue to frequent the same things, that is a single environment. They do eventually start to do those things if they are under peer pressure. But I personally feel like when you get married, I don't desire to be with anybody else that way except Usher. And Ludacris.
That's a single spirit. No,
okay, so I have the opportunity. I'm just saying, and I haven't. So I'm just saying, I don't think that that's fair because
no, it's not fair.
It's really not fair. But I too had a friend when we were in our 20s that got married. And the good thing was it wasn't a friend that if they didn't come around anymore that I would give a damn. But they did literally say like, I'm married now. Oh, I'm married. Oh, I'm married. Oh, my husband. Oh, I'm married. Oh, I'll have to check with my husband. Oh, I can't go unless he can come. Oh, I can't. Girl.
Now I hate that. I hate those kind of people.
It was real though.
A Velcro couple. I hate that.
Girl, I mean, like, did not go to a family member's graduation because it was no kids. And so it was like, oh, if I can't come, then they can't come. You can come. You just need a babysitter. Like, we're not changing rules just for you. Like, that doesn't even make any sense. Hold on. Late to the part, as a single person, she is preaching. I think Ebony means that's my business best. I think she means you're preaching when you were saying that the other girl was being mean. Because if you don't even remember her name, Ro, that means you guys weren't close enough for her to even say something like that. You've never been fast. You've never been out there like that. Like, that's not even who you are.
I have my days. But I'm just still saying I'm single, but I'm not going to make my married friends do that. I feel like when you get married, like you said, when you get married, whenever God does bless me to get married, I'm going to want to be with my husband. I don't care if I see Morris Chestnut. Now, I might be lying if I'm tipsy, but I'm still just saying, I'm not going to want to mess with nobody. It's nothing that my single friends can make me do. So that's why I hate when people, they change when they get married. Like, oh, I can't be with you because you're single. I have heard preachers say that you're not supposed to be with single friends. You're supposed to only
have two. And they say it in relation to girls, though. They're not saying it for the men. They're saying the girls should.
Yeah, but when I feel like if you feel like that, if your husband divorced you or anything, stay away from your single friends that you left alone. Just go to your married friends and let
because in this season, I can't stand those kind of women. Bestie. I feel like in this season, like before, if a friend did something like that, I would welcome them back with open arms, like the Christian thing to do or whatever. Don't be mean to people, X, Y, and Z. But in this season, I feel like the relationships that I've had are so long. My character has proven itself. So if you choose that, I'm not going to be mad at you. Is it going to hurt me? Yes, but I'm not going to be mad at you. But here's the thing. That to me feels like that's worse than a divorce to me, because I've been friends with some of my friends for so long. So if that were to happen, my nigga, I can't fuck with you. I'm sorry. Because we broke up. I have to go through more. No,
Yeah, that
you
is a
don't get that
heartbreak.
level back either. I don't have it in me, Ro, to keep forgiving people and letting them come in and come out, because friendships sometimes can hurt you more than a
Yeah,
damn
they
marriage,
do. Well,
because
I'm
you've been through
learning
so
that.
much.
I'm learning that now to
Yeah.
stop forgiving people so much. It's taking a long time, but
It takes a lot, because it's
it
not
takes
your
a long time
spirit.
because that's just me. I'm a forgiving person, so
I
I
am
have to
too.
learn.
But look where it got me. Forgiving so much, people
Yeah,
do things that they
like
shouldn't do. And then they Beth, I don't think single matters either. Married couples are swapping husbands and wives. They're doing all type of things and not honoring marriage. I've
exactly.
had
And
married
those
friends
are
and
the
been
ones.
like, "Would you
Those are
calm
the
down?"
ones. Those are the ones that act single to me. Not saying all of them do, but the married people be the one acting single. I can act single all I want to because I'm single. Once you get married, you're not supposed to act single. Those are the ones that act single. So it's
I
some stuff
feel
I
like
won't do though. It's some stuff I won't do. Like couple trips, I really won't go. Like sometimes I feel like, no, I do feel
right,
like I shouldn't go on a couples trip and it's
right.
just me with a whole, my friends. But I have went on it,
Me
but
too.
I kind of don't want to go because I just feel
Things
funny and I
do
don't want nobody
change.
thinking that you trying to mess with somebody's husband. So most of the
Right.
times I won't go on those. That's the only thing.
So I have before, and I have invited before as well. I think Tanera was already married. My oldest best friend,
Hmm.
is four of them. But I think she was already married, and I was either engaged or not. And then Gina came also. We did Mark and her birthday in Big Bear. I don't know if you guys saw that, but even with that, me and her wasn't all cupcaked up with our men. It was just we are here type of thing, And I didn't see nothing wrong with it. I really don't. But when I go on things like that, it has to be somebody I'm extremely comfortable with. And I wear the right pajamas. I do like all
Yeah.
the appropriate things,
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
it's okay. But for couples, I don't have a problem with when I was single, letting them have their time. I didn't take it offensive because some things will change. Just
Yeah.
like we might do a singles trip and your man might not want you to come. I'm not going to be offended if you can't come. But
But I still even feel like that everybody is not going to be married at the same time. So I feel like if you're married and you have single friends, I feel like it's okay for you to go with your friends. You're still supposed to have relationships with all your friends, and that's your single friends too. So if you're having a girls trip, if you and your
right,
husband have a relationship and y'all trust each other, he should not have no problem with you going with your friends. Now, if
right,
you going with your friends all the time and y'all not never going nowhere, then yeah. But if you
right.
going with your friends having a girls trip, go, babe, go on. Because I want you to go with your friends too.
I
I don't
want you
want
to
us to
have
be
fun.
together all the time. Like I
Right,
want you to go with your friends too, because I'm going to go with my friends. But we're going to do stuff together too. So that's
right.
why I hate when people say if you single, you not supposed to be around married people.
I don't agree with that. I believe that when you are single and you're around married couples, there are certain things that you're supposed to do because of the environment. It's the same as anything, though. There's a time and place for everything. And when you are married, if I'm married and I go with my single friends, I don't care what they do. I'm not going to tell them, oh, you can't do this because I'm married. No, but there are certain things you have to do to respect me too. If you're going to be having men and we in a trip and sharing a house, that type of thing you need to tell me only so I can let my husband know in advance because there's too much social media. You get what I'm saying? And I don't want to tell him when I get there. You're supposed to tell him before you go. But those type of things I think would alleviate the pressure. And I think people put too much pressure, too much labels, trying to be married as if, oh, now that I'm married, that was the only sin that was out there. I think that people think they get married and then they all of a sudden, holy, nah, sis, nah, bro, you got some other shit. Like nobody is perfect. That's not going to work. Right. Absolutely. We're completely normal. And here's the thing, even once me and I think it was me, Tanera, and Terry that's married. And we would do girl trips like Big Bear for my birthday or something for whatever. Our man ain't calling every 5 damn minutes, and I'm not getting on the phone, and I'm not my husband. This, I'm not, like,
And now it's FaceTime, and you gotta
no.
FaceTime and let them see what's going on in there. The hell? This is who here. This is who here. This is our
Put that camera in my face. I dare you to. I did a short on that too, and it's coming out. We're laughing at you. Don't do that, because that's crazy. Should you check in? Yeah, like, but
Girl,
to
like,
be doing
girl,
all that
go
FaceTime,
home. Go home. If
don't
you
put no
gonna do
camera in my face. Like, no, because what if I got something out that I don't want them to see? What if I'm
Right.
talking about something and you in the room? You're talking in confidence, and you getting on the phone with your dude, and we're all in the room, and they overhear what we talking about. That's not their business. That's your relationship with them. Don't pillow talk my damn business, because I don't pillow talk other people's business.
No.
That doesn't even make any sense to me. They shouldn't be knowing things like that. That's why I don't believe in touching phones, even after you get married. Have I touched Mark's phone? Yeah, but I go straight to whatever I was doing, not go through all of his stuff. I just don't, because his conversations, they're with the people that trust him. That's not my business.
Yeah. Well, that's
So,
yeah. I believe that too. But I have went through phones. I just go through a phone just off GP. But I really don't. I tell everybody
think he
else
should.
don't go. And I tell everybody else don't go through phones. Like, don't if you don't want a heartbreak.
Oh, my mama always taught me, don't go looking for nothing that you don't want to find, honey. And look, this be me.
As soon
My
as you
whole
go
life,
look, you gonna be heartbroken.
Eyes closed and don't move. If I don't move, nothing will happen.
Girl, you're gonna be. That's the best way to lose weight. Look through somebody's cell phone.
No, that's the best way to go to jail.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Let me just say, I can't. You can't unsee stuff that you have seen, and then you got to work through it and deal with it. But I'm good. I personally think that when a man is overly telling you not to be with your friends, or talking about your friends and criticizing them, I think it's because he know what he do with his no good ass friends.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And I think when a girl is overly like that, I think that she's not telling her friends that her dude is stepping out. I just think that, and that to me, I could write a book on this topic too. I don't think that should matter, because friends become family at one point. Your friends know more than your family does. So I don't understand why.
She's the single friend. I'm the single friend to all my friends.
Well, I didn't get married till 36. Most people that's another thing. Most people get married a lot later now also. So, and most people have kids, they graduated college. So you bought houses, you hit all of these milestones, traveled the country, dealt with death, like all of these things that you've done, and your friends have been your partner. So how do you just leave your part? What if you're the only person that friend has?
I just could never see myself doing that. When I get married, I know for a fact I'm not gonna do that to my friends. He probably gonna be mad at me, because I'm be like, you probably married to all of us. Hell. So
no, they won't, because that's the thing. The person that you become one with, they should know all of the people that are important to you, so that those people can become important to them as well. I'm nice to everybody in Mark's family. I didn't disrespect nobody, no nothing, but I gravitated towards the people that were the closest to him, because if those are the people that he spends his time with, those are the people I want to love as much as he loves them. So it was just simple for me. And then the rest, it was, hi and bye and speak, when I'm in that space. But you become one. So if you are one, then the people that I love, you will love them too. Those people are probably the people that helped me to prepare to be married. They're probably the people that called me on my shit and helped me to be a better person. You know what I'm saying? You don't take those people was in your life just as much as your partner, probably more.
They, to me, a single person, just because your friend is single, to me, they still can help you with your marriage problems. Like, you can have a married friend and they ask their single friend, for answers. And long as that friend is not biased or whatever, like me, I'm gonna tell my friends whatever it is 100. I don't care if you're my friend or not. Bitch, you wrong, you wrong. No, you shouldn't have did that. No, like I'm not gonna go like just because you're my friend, you're right. So I feel like I'm still a good person because I can give everybody good advice, even if you are married. But then sometimes I'd be like, well, this is what I would do if I was married. But maybe you should ask somebody that has been married for a while to get their opinion also. But me, you still can ask me stuff too, and I'm gonna give you a good answer. Just because I'm single, that don't mean nothing.
I called you and you did just that. We stayed on the phone for hours working it out and telling me to think about it from different perspectives, all kind of stuff. But then there was a couple things you was like, I don't know, maybe you should talk to somebody that has been through it so they could tell you. But for the most part, if you're a good person and you have good morals, you have wisdom, to your point, you're not biased and you can step out of it. That's what it requires for everything.
Yeah, that's for everything. Like I hate that narrative. Like I really do hate that. Like a friend is your friend. A friend is your friend, no matter if they're single or if they are married. They're your friend.
It's hurtful. It
is hurtful.
It's hurtful. It's like telling somebody because they're not a parent that they don't love kids as much as you do. Now, my caveat, and I always say this, I love my godchildren like I had them. I would lay down my life at the split of a hat, but I know that when I give birth, that's going to be a whole different type of love.
It is different. Just think how old I was when I had Amir. It's all the way different. Like I love my nieces, nephews, and godkids, but when I had my son, it was all the way different.
But if you think about it, every relationship is different. The way that you and mommy have a relationship, the way that you and Tia have a relationship, the way that you and your best friends. So that is normal over everything. And I think that is really shows immaturity, and it really shows what are you trying to do, be better or separate, that you have to make, well, you won't understand because of this. Just because I don't feel that same thing you feel, no, I won't understand. But there's also mothers that have 10 kids and don't have one of them, so they don't feel shit. So you know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that because it's not true, and you're preventing getting help, and you are essentially hurting somebody. Because what about that person that never gets married? What about that woman that never has a kid and not by choice? Is that what you really want to do to the people that you love?
Right.
Simply because usually you don't like what they're saying, or some people get married and they shit is boring and they don't go nowhere and don't do nothing.
Plus, they should have never got married.
Or spice it up. Like if you're not doing nothing with your mate, but your mate doesn't want you to go with friends, homeboy, homegirl, whichever one it is that got the problem, you can't possibly think you finna keep me in this house doing nothing.
Yeah, I'm not saying
I was the person that did it.
See, I would never even marry nobody like that. Even though I don't go out
People
as much
change.
as I do, but when I go out, I like to have fun. So I'm not about to marry nobody that want to sit in the house, because I'm not sitting in the house with you. I'm about to go out with my friends then. If you don't want to go out with me, I'm going out with my friends, period. So you're not about to tell me I'm not going out with my friends or nothing, but I would never even marry nobody like that.
That's okay, so people change when they get married. They change drastically. So that's a good question. So if you were to, when you get married, and if your husband were to change, let's say y'all had a baby, and then now he sees you as mom and wife, and he doesn't want you to travel like that or wear certain things, like what are you going to do?
Well, I think with me, I would respect that, but as far as going out and stuff, oh well, I don't care what you say. Like, I might not go out as much, but I'm still going to go out. I'm not going to make my life miserable because you feel like I should be at home. Like, I'm not about to do that. If you want to stay at home, then you can, but I'm not. I just don't feel like at that point y'all need to go to counseling.
Thank you. I was waiting for you to say that. I'm like, bro, you can't just be telling your husband. you need to find out what the hell happened.
Because y'all need to go to counseling and see what's going on and figure out how y'all can start going. My pastor always say, you need to date. You need to date. The way you got your husband or wife, that's the way you need to keep them. Like,
Right.
you need to date every week. You have to make time to do all that. So
You do.
that goes back to the friends and stuff. If your husband and you are dating and going out like y'all supposed to be, your husband or wife, whoever it may be, they're not gonna have no problems when you going out with your friend because you guys regularly date all the time. So he or she shouldn't have a problem at all when you go out because you guys are regularly dating. He don't have no reason or she don't have no reason to be feeling away at all unless you a jealous person. And at that point, there's nothing you can do about that.
That's not the way it works, my love. When you dating somebody, because when you're dating, you have a dating spirit, right? You become one with this other person. When you are dating, you're not one. So it's things that you can, and Aquarius do it a lot. It's things that we could be like, "Woo, I'm glad that ain't my problem," or "I don't have to deal with that." All of those things that you did that to now are sitting on your plate. So there are some things that, let's just say, they had an apartment before, now you guys have a house, but they want to keep spending the same way. So that's putting the financial burden on you. You're going to want to slow their going down out. Every man or partner doesn't see it that way. They see it as, "Oh, you just trying to control me." No, 1 + 1 is 2 and you can't afford it. You got to talk through it and work through it.
That's why you have to go to marriage counseling before. For that. Like, you really, really have to do that.
You do.
I don't even mean to keep saying my pastor, but
that's fine.
he says all that stuff all the time. Like, if you get married through our church, you have to go through couples counseling. He make you bring bank statements, you pulling credit scores, you doing everything because he wants you to know what you really
you're marrying
involved with, like who you're getting involved with. You got to bring everything, check stubs, W-2s, everything. Everything is let out there. So can't nobody say, "Well, oh, I didn't know this until we got married," because you knew that if you went to couples counseling.
I think that's amazing. I think absolutely. That's accountability. It's accountability and it's vulnerability. And I kind of find it interesting that people are so willing to do everything but the right thing. And by that, I mean, people will have raw sex. People will do all videos. They'll do all kind of stuff. But if you say something like, "Oh, what's your credit score?" That ain't none of your I mean, they just act like you just tried to kill them. I don't understand.
But I don't feel like you should ask that like on a first date or nothing.
No, but if you're going to sleep with somebody on the first date, you should.
So before you sleep with somebody, you ask them their credit score?
I'm a little different. Yeah, because guess what? Anytime you have sex, you can have a baby. I need to know what I'm getting involved with. Now, that don't mean they're going to tell you the truth. But yes, you do need to ask those type of questions. And every time, I'll say every time after 27. Every time after 27. When I learned more, when you learn more, you do more. But yeah, I messed with different type of dudes, Rose. So yes. But I do.
I did too. I guess I was just more free.
And I ain't mad at it. But here's the thing with that. I think that kind of tapers off when you're in the dating world. The more that you can, these ninjas don't want to answer nothing. You damn right. And I find that to be a problem because those same ninjas could tell you that what you won't do, somebody else would do. When I don't even know you, ghost. So leave me alone.
But the thing is, they can tell you anything. So you saying before you have sex with them that they got to tell you your credit score. So you saying, "Oh, what's your credit score?" "Oh, my credit score is a 750, 800. How you know they ain't lying? You gonna ask?
Okay, so this is what I do. There's a little thing called Credit Karma. Yeah.
Credit Karma ain't accurate.
I don't give a damn. It's very, 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 very close. What I mean is these conversations are not being had. You don't even know where these people live. You don't know nothing. That's the point to what I'm saying, is that conversations are not happening. Exactly. Log into Credit Karma. Is very interesting how when I say some of these things, it's so far-fetched for some people. And to me, it's normal because that's how much I protect my space. But that comes from lacking, right? I didn't have a dad. I didn't have this. I'm going to try everything I can not to do that to my child. And now it has put me in a position where I'm running against the clock. But do I take it back? I don't. I don't take it back.
At 50. You have time.
I'm just saying. So yeah, but this is how I knew I wanted to. The only thing I wouldn't show was my bank statement, or anything like that. But I would ask one question, like a credit score. Do you have a 401k? Like stuff like that. And I had one dude lie to me so bad, child. That dude Dante. That's why I stopped dating him. That's why y'all saw him one day and you didn't the next. Because it was bad. Like he lied about everything. Oh, I knew you needed this type of dude. So will you get lied to? Of course you will. That's just
so that's what I'm about to have to be doing, asking niggas for their credit scores out here.
Well, you should because you want to know if they have evictions.
Am I asking that on the first date?
No. Only ask that if you intend to move
forward.
I feel
like you need to ask on the first date because what if they do have bad credit and all that? It's no need for me starting to like you, and after that,
so you can ask if they have good credit, and credit can be fixed. Credit can be fixed very easily.
Yeah,
so you can ask that, but you want to ask those type of questions. Are you financially responsible?
Oh no, I know that, but I was just saying what we said.
Oh, the actual credit score.
Yeah.
No. That part. Somebody with good credit, honey, they'll slap it on the table.
Yeah, because I will. Damn.
Well, I won't know more. Yeah, obviously, if somebody was me for 2 years, is good. That's my proof right there. But I knew that I was comfortable, and not even comfortable, that I trusted Mark enough to be his wife when I turned my computer around and showed him what I had in the bank.
Oh yeah, you was.
Yep, he was cooking dinner and we was going over some of the stuff from marriage counseling, and he was telling me his stuff and blah blah blah, and I was like, "Babe, you don't care about my stuff?" He was like, "I already know you." And I was like, "But you should still know, you know."
Oh yeah,
absolutely. Checking their mental health out. I really wish that you still had to take the blood tests and stuff. I do wish that you knew that, because with everything being so intertwined, you never know if you are related to someone and that does impact your children, or if it's something in your body like sickle cell, you know how that's in one body, so your kids will have it, things like that. I do wish that was still around.
But you can check that before. You actually can check all that stuff before.
No, they used to make it mandatory, and now it's only mandatory, I think, in 5 states. I wish it was still mandatory. And I didn't know that you could still do it before you get married. I didn't know that. I don't even know how to do it. So that's good to know if anybody wanted to know that, because you have some traits.
I think Juanita, how would you check somebody's mental health? People are good at masking that now. So how would you even really be able to check someone's mental health, Juanita? Could you chime in on that? Because literally you can act like you're okay, and in your mind you battling the whole everything. So how can you really check someone's mental health nowadays?
Yes. I think that's you know what? I think that we should have her on and go more. That could be a whole one. I think it really should. No, I'm being for real. Because there are certain triggers that once you know, then people start to say things like, how you didn't see that, blah, blah, blah. Well, if I don't think like that, I've never experienced it, never saw it, those type of things, I wouldn't know what that looks like unless something very out there happens. Discernment, everybody. Anyway, I'm telling you, I'm very,
especially nowadays,
I don't give my body out. I just don't.
It's real crazy out here. No.
Yeah, I can't. I've always been afraid, because I've shared before, so many people are victims of things around me and it wasn't their fault. So I feel like if I put myself in a situation, then I already know people is crazy. It's just so bad. That's one of my biggest.
You really don't know who's crazy nowadays. Like, you'll be like, dang, they was like that. Like, you really don't know. So even if Juanita saying sit down and talk to them, like they still can mask that. You're gonna have
So
to
she
do
might know
it.
certain triggering things
I was
because
about
it's
to say,
certain.
when you had to tell us something that would trigger
That's why
somebody
I want
to
to have
make
her
them.
on.
Yeah, because it's like you can sit down and say everything that that person want to hear, and they don't know that you have mental illness.
Like the
So it's
one that lied to me. He literally started out with, I have a good job, I save well. That's literally how he started out with B-Roll. And I was like, well, he was younger than me too. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I really didn't care. You got a daughter. You need to take care of your daughter. I could take care of myself. Because here's the thing, with people that are younger than me, people that just don't know, it's not abnormal for our community not to know something. So if you don't know, I'm asking, so if you tell me the fucking truth, then I could tell you what you need to know. You could tell me what I need to know. But if you lying, how are you ever even going to get there? What was the point in lying? That wasn't a deciding factor for me.
Because some people lie just because they tell you what you want to hear so they can be with you. They'll lie, keep that lie going. You won't really know until, like y'all said, oh, let me see your Credit Karma or anything like that to see if they're telling the truth. People lie so much now, they can make up all kind of stuff, and you will never know until it's almost like it's too late. Like
At
you don't
that
know. It's so
point,
many
at
scammers
that
and
point,
schemers.
it's bad. It's bad. At that point, because I was looking for marriage. I paid attention at that time. I had so much information because we have friends that have been married and not married. And I paid attention. I could learn from somebody else's lessons. So I paid attention to things, and it was certain things that just didn't add up. Or if I tried to talk about a topic, he couldn't talk about the topic. And I'm like, that don't make sense. And people used to try, well, it's because you went to school. Oh, it's because you know HR. No, if you have this, you would at least know these things. So when that happened, I just finally, it's crazy. So I was afraid. He had some stuff here, and the kids wasn't here, nothing like that. It was a Friday when I got off work. I came home and I had Ronnie on standby. And I had placed weapons around the house and everything so that when he came to get his stuff, like if you go to that extent to lie, how do I know you won't flip out? But I didn't also want to insult him because I wouldn't want to be treated like that if that's not how I am, right? So I didn't have Ronnie come over or nothing like that. But I did because I was telling him face to face that I can't be with you because I know that you have lied about this, 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 and this. And I gave him feedback like, my suggestion is you just tell the truth because it doesn't even make any sense. The real woman that is for you is going to be okay with those things. And if you feel like they're so bad that you have to lie about them, then get it together. That's it.
And that goes back to what we was talking about in the beginning too, with the married couples versus single couples. I feel like the single, a married couple, with you, me being single, I can still learn stuff from them. Like, actually, I really can learn stuff from them. If you really get to talking to them and everything, like they can tell you stuff about marriage and how it's really going to be.
Absolutely.
And everything like that. So that's why I always feel like, why would it change? Why would that change when I can learn from you some kind of way?
Because some people, sometimes, again, that's the insecurities that's in a relationship, maybe how they were raised. It's a lot of things that could go into it. But if we were friends, I don't understand. Because to your point, you can learn a lot. I learned a lot because I ask a lot of questions.
Yeah, we are curious.
I love to know. And not because I want to know, because if what you're going through can help me or what you love can help me, because going through don't mean bad. If you made sure that you changed and start, it was things that I picked up on, like Mark never wanted nothing. And I was like, that's impossible. Why would you get married if you never really want anything? And so another couple told me he probably does. He probably just wants you to do it. And I was like, but if I don't know what he wants to do. Yeah. So I just started trying stuff. And one of the things they was like, well, you can never go wrong with a man eating and like pampering him or whatever. And I was like, a man? I was like, okay. So I started making sure the shower was on, have his clothes out, stuff like that. Talk to him while he was in the shower to give him time. And that helped. But just think, if I would have never been open enough to ask, and the male that I asked that was married, and It was my friend's husband. She let me talk to her husband. You know
because
what
she's
I'm saying?
secure in her relationship. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
I talk to a lot of married people and ask them what's going on. Even married people that cheat, I'm asking him, "What made you cheat on your wife? Like,
Yes.
what did she do to make you cheat?" So when I get married, I know what not to do. Like, I'm gonna ask everybody. I'm asking everything. What did she
Those are
do?
good questions, Ro. That's
And
why I can't wait to get into.
it
I
always
can't wait
leads
to
to
get into talking
success.
about my marriage. Let's see. Nita said, you'd be surprised how much people mask and hide behind intangibles such as finances. But okay, so can I say what I feel about that? This is what I feel. Since that Kevin Samuels came out acting like money is everything and men don't care what we make, I personally feel like the men that jumped on board with being okay with the disrespect and the level that he went to, I feel like no, they don't want us to make money. They don't want us to be independent. They don't want us to only need them for not only the most important part, love, security, things like that, because he also made statements like, well, if you get, what did it call, a high value man, then you know he's going to cheat. He has the right to. He makes the money, blah, blah, blah. That takes us back to slavery. No, no. So guess what? Since y'all told us that, we went out and we matched your hustle so that we could be partners. You could take that off the table. You could love us. Now you don't have this pressure on your shoulders that you say made you cheat. Now it's, well, we don't care what you make. No, you don't care what we make because you want us to stay under you. That's what I think, because you could hide behind finances. That's just what I feel.
And I don't have nothing good to say. I don't have nothing good to say about Kevin Samuel. So what your mom say? If you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all.
Okay, then moving right along. But I do feel like males hide behind their finances because, like, what do? When they cheat, you get something. When they do something wrong, you get something. When they feel like if they walk in the house and they're the one that working, you're a stay-at-home mom, that you're supposed to do everything, and here's the money to pay the bill, things like that. But guys these days, they can't really, to be the only person in the household that works, do they understand that means you're getting her hair done, nails done, whatever she needs?
But a lot of men to do that, long as they can have control over everything. Like, as long as they can have control over everything, they are willing to do that. But it's a lot of men that can't do that. They don't make the money to do that. So you can't tell me what I just, girl, that's a whole nother topic, because I hate men that think like that. I hate men that think, yeah, I just don't like men that think like that. Like, it's 2023, we can match you now. So it's like, it's nice if you can have a husband that say, oh, you can stay at home and take care of the kids and everything. And then when you do that, you should have everything done for your husband or whoever, your spouse, and everything. But if you're working too, then it's all the way different. But Evelyn, and I can't stand her. She's not my favorite at all. They had that dating show, her, Tamar, and Nivea, and Evelyn actually said on there, just think she gets top tier men all the time.
Because she's that, yes, I know.
She's Evelyn, but she said the men that she picked, that's a drastic change in what she got. She said if she seen that man in the airport, she would have walked right past him. She said, but that man made her feel different than any other man that she'd been with, because he paid attention to her. He paid attention to the things she liked. It's nothing that money can buy.
That's so invaluable.
Yeah, the way that man made her feel, she was like, no amount of gifts could have did that. She was like, because like you said, every time when they cheated or they did that, they would just buy her expensive gifts. And she was like, but nobody paid attention to me and my feelings and how I felt. And she was like, until I met this man. So
how many people have that problem? You, as a woman, our problem is, what is my tag? Thank you for seeing me. We don't get seen, and we don't even get seen by other women who know what it feels like. They fall into the same pits and do the same things. Either one, because they're jealous that you found somebody that sees you, or that you are brave enough to hold out until you are seen. You're not just jumping in and out with anybody. But I would never want to be a stay-at-home mom. I never want to be a stay-at-home mom. That is way too much work. It's an unthinkable job. The only way that I would even I still would have to have my businesses because of things I like to do, but I would do it from home only if my setup was like my Uncle Ronald and my Aunt Sophia. He literally he pays all the bills. She stays at home, but she manages the shit out of that family and always have. Didn't come in money hungry. She had her own career before he even did. All of that. And she paid everything off. She don't waste money. But he comes in, he gives her her money. Her money is her money. Then when he get his bonus from being a coach, he give her money. Then when he travel and she could go, like, no, that's the only way that I would want it. That's the only way, because she doesn't feel stuck to him. She doesn't feel like, if I don't want to have to ask for money for monthly stuff. Like men like that, they want you to feel demeaned to the point where you literally, I think it's a mind fuck. I do. Because eventually you start to feel like when they talk to you a certain way, you kind of feel like, dang, I can't even take care of myself. Even if I did want to jump back, I don't have a leg to stand on. What if he puts me out? Like, no,
that's why you
I don't
should always have your own. I would never. I won't say I was a stay-at-home mom, but after I had Amir, I was at home for 2 years. And when them 2 years came, I was ready to go back to work. I was like, hell nah. I don't know how women do it. Like, I don't know how you do it. Like, it's literally you're sitting at home. But maybe it was because it was during the pandemic.
Oh, yeah. That made it worse because you would have been out. You'd have been at Mommy and Me parks. You'd have been at other things. So that experience wasn't right.
I was like, I don't know how people be a stay-at-home mom. Like, this shit is crazy. Like, no.
That's how I feel too. I feel like they want you to ask.
But I don't. But I do feel like I wish I could be there for every milestone. So for the first 2 years, I was there for the first 2 years of milestones, but you miss out on a lot of stuff when you're not an at-home mom.
I will say that. I will say that. So that's why I don't want to work in corporate anymore.
What is he talking about? They want to ask you what?
No, they're saying these new ninjas want you to ask. When I was talking about giving money and how my Aunt Sophia just gets the money, it's not like when she needs something. Oh, husband,
they
husband.
Want you to ask.
Yeah, because when they doing that, I feel like they're demeaning you. Like, why do you not have money in your pocket? The ATM card, things like that, and they don't do that.
At home mom, she should have y'all should have 2 ATM cards. She shouldn't have to ask you for nothing because she should have the other ATM card to the account.
I've seen it, honey. I've seen it, and I was like, did you just ask for money for tampons?
She should have she should have another credit card or debit card so she can do that by herself. She shouldn't have to ask him. That's why I would never be a stay-at-home mom. You ain't about to issue me out $20 like I'm 10 years old.
No, and I'm buying the kind of hair that I want. And that's why I say, do these men realize that if you get somebody and want them to be under you, what you're actually bargaining for? Because here's the thing, you're not taking people out of their mama's house no more. We're getting married a lot later. So we've done so much. We've developed our lifestyle. And I'm not reducing my lifestyle because I got married. Oh, you don't care about marriage. Oh, you got me fucked up. That makes no sense. We're partners.
Yeah, marriage is supposed to bring more to the table. You're supposed to add more value to that person.
Whether I add more to him or him to me, I'm not reducing what I have. That doesn't make any sense. Just so that you can feel a certain way. So you're willing to demean me so you can feel better. Then you shouldn't have proposed to me. You shouldn't have came for me. You shouldn't have nothing. Because that's not okay. And if having responsible conversations makes you uncomfortable because you feel like, I've heard this too, like, when girls still want to get their hair done and keep things up and blah, blah, blah. Oh, you trying to keep up with your single friends. I've been doing this. What are you talking about?
You're supposed to stay like that because once you start lacking, then they're going to start cheating. So why would you not get my hair and nails done every 2 weeks like I used to do? You want me to stay looking nice, don't you? Because you're going to be looking at the next one at work.
No. They don't think you do. They think it's being bougie. Oh, so I'll never be good enough for you. Huh? But I said yes. So why would I have to say yes and reduce?
Are men really like that now? Like, do the husbands really not want you to get your nails and hair done when
I'm telling you what I know.
That's crazy.
You will
Why would
start
you
to
not
get
want your
called
wife to look
crazy.
nice? Why would you not want your wife to look nice? She represents you.
You missing what I'm saying? It's not that I don't want you to look nice. It's that what you're doing, I can't afford to do for you on a regular basis. So now I feel bad. Not you made me feel bad.
No,
Just telling
no.
you.
Look,
I
I'm
know a
like,
couple
no,
of
no.
couples that have gone through that. Like, oh, why do you want this house? We could just get this house. But this is the house I showed you was my dream house. And now we can afford to get it, or I can afford to buy it and we can afford to keep it up. We're one. I
Mhm.
don't understand if it's not said outside of that household, which it should not be, which is why I don't like when people come in and say things like, oh, he has a nice house. If they are married, they have a nice house. You're
I ain't never
disrespectful.
heard nobody. I've never heard nobody say.
I've heard somebody do that.
Uh,
Okay. And I really looked like
that's disrespectful.
it's disrespectful as hell. And he's doing that for his wife and you're doing that for your husband. So, okay. And I don't think it's wrong with you doing that for your husband, but I need to understand why you're pointing that out. See, that's why I just
That's
be at home now because I think that people
I
are
want
so
to. I'm trying
picky.
to go out this summer. Like I'm trying to be out in the streets. Well, not really, but go out a little bit.
I'm like, oh, you growing wings.
I do want to go more places. Like this is will be
I
the
do.
first time where now everything is open up. Like I'm
Right.
tired of staying out here. Like I do have. Where are we going? I do have a couple of trips
We
for
do.
this, but I want to really go places. Like I like traveling, so I could never be with no one that told me I can't go out with my friends because it's all trips ain't for couples. Some trips is for couples. Some trips are for girls. Some trips are for you and your guy friends. Like I want to go out.
Would you be upset if you had if you get when you get married, you have a kid with your husband, and then he doesn't want to travel anymore. He doesn't want to leave the kids. You could go, but couple trips is out. He don't want to go.
Okay, you can stay at home then and watch the baby.
Oh, okay, so you're cool with that. Okay.
Yeah,
Let's see.
I mean
A
I
guy,
would kind of feel a certain kind of way, but I'm still gonna go out. I'm not about to stay at home just because you want to stay at home now.
nope, he don't want you. You can go. So let's see. A guy told me he didn't like steak, and then the next breath told me how a nice restaurant that specializes in steak is a waste of money when it can be cooked at home.
He being cheap.
I'm
He being
telling you,
cheap.
I'm telling you, things
I don't.
change because
That's a pet peeve right there. I hate that. Now, once you go along, I don't feel like you have to go extravagant all out on these days. But don't tell me you want to cook for me at home on our first. I don't want to do that. And
no,
don't tell
this
me that the steak restaurant you can know. Well, you eat your steak at home and cook it.
bro, I'm just trying to tell you how things actually if the person is not here's the thing also. If you don't once you get married, things are different, right? So they see, oh, this is a go-getter, oh, this person does that. Dating when you can versus obligated to date because now we're married is two totally different things. And if in their head they fixed it that every week we can't be eating out for $100, $200. Well, no shit. I don't want to eat out like that either. We could go other places. So instead of you
Once you're
looking to
married, you can. Once you're married, yeah. But I
tone
still feel
down,
when even if you're dating, you don't have to go nowhere where you got to spend
no.
$200, $300
But
to eat.
remember, I'm doing that because I'm a man and I'm trying to woo you with my pockets. So when men start taking
No, you
accountability,
don't gotta. You don't
you
even. To
don't
me,
have
I feel
to.
like you don't have to do all of that. You do
We
not.
say that all the time, but they
Yeah, you
feel
don't have
like
to
they
do that
do.
to show somebody that you're really interested. Us, we really want to know about your time. You spending time with me, like you spending time with me. Now, you do have to date me, but that's what
Right.
I'm saying. It goes back to that. you still have to date once you're in a relationship. Yeah, you might not have the time, but the same time you put in to be dating in the beginning, you have to do that throughout the whole process until you get married or whatever. And then after you get married, because then it is going to be a spouse that wants to keep going out and doing stuff like that, and you're not going to want to go no more. Like, you have to do that.
He would tear up a carne asada burrito, but he didn't. Like, I'm telling you, people. Okay, so I think we should end right here because our next topic is about the impact of social media on relationships, and it ties directly into what you were saying. You get worse. I don't want to answer what you just said. So I heard what you just said, and I was really good answer, but I already knew the next topic. So we are going to cut right there, and next topic is actually going to be about the social media impact to relationships. And don't forget what Ro just said. Actually, I think I'll clip it out so we could play it at the beginning of the next one and kind of bridge into the next show, because it ironically ties into what I want to talk about. And you get, yeah, I think that's why I'm like, I'll wait. So that is it from us tonight. Thank you everybody for joining. Rose, what is your closing for the topic of married with single friends, and if it's disrespectful, yay or nay?
My closing is, I just think friends are friends. It shouldn't matter if you're single or married. That's your friend. And I take friends, like, I don't say everybody's my friend now. So if you're my friend, you're my friend if you're married or single. And I'm going to love you if you're single or married. So don't treat me different when you get married. I'm not going to treat you different when I get married. You're friends. You're friends for life.
I think the same. I think that we need to consider several things, right? Some people don't have a lot of family, so their friends is their family. These people have developed relationships throughout the years. These people add value to the person that you have met and grown to love. And so through that process, even if there are things that you don't necessarily like, as a partner, there's a way to say that without saying it disrespectfully. Right. That way, your partner can then have a talk with their friend or whomever it is to tone those things down, because we all know that things will change in a relationship. And it could be something as easy as when they come over, we have kids. I don't want Asia talking with her potty mouth when she comes over here. And Asia will respect that. Everything needs to be done with open, honest, and direct communication and out of love. And then say something before you get upset, and say it with respect for your partner. Then it will come out better. So that's my feedback on how to negate the problem, because it shouldn't be a problem, even if it's the worst. I mean, as long as they're not shooting up something, like doing things like that. Like, I mean, just have them do like old school, when you couldn't go to a certain friend's house, but they could come to your house. Do it like that, but think of solutions. Start to be more solution-based and compromising versus telling what to do and creating bad blood where there doesn't need to be. We're adults. We should know how to talk by now. I mean, I'm just saying. So that is it from us tonight. Ro, when is our next show?
Next Tuesday night at 8 p.m.
And we will see you then. And our topic is going to be about social media and the impact to relationships, and not just your boo thing and your spouse. Also, all type of relationships. So,
right.
We will see you then. Make sure, do you want them to follow you on your personal, is your personal page open?
No, it's not open. I guess I'll open it to the public.
No, she won't.
Coming over there, starting problems and all that.
No, we'll fix that. Don't do that. We'll tell you next time.
I'm gonna tell y'all next week my page.
Perfect. Okay, so we'll get it all set up. That way she can start putting stuff there. You'll love her topics. So my topics that I pick are more around women, relationships, lifestyle, plus size. Hers are the more controversial topics about anything and everything, about shit we need to talk about because it's getting on my nerves, like that type of stuff.
I like to argue with people. So come on.
Because she's looking for solutions. Okay. So we will see you next week. Thank you again for joining. Make sure you like, everybody, comment, subscribe, and we will see you next week.
Bye, twin.
Bye, twins. See you later.
Okay, bye.
Bye.